Take out the trash.
This hair, I think I love you, so what am I so afraid of? Welcome to our Valentine's Day hangover show. We've got heaps of things for you tonight. We have trios that sing. We have actually, I've got a little list over here. And we have Miss Shitty, and we have Gillian, our very Gillian. So let's start there. From Squeal, Gillian, she's bringing out the old guitar. She's going to go for it, because she's got a bit of a folk song background. Gillian, go for it.
Thanks, Remy. That's great hair. I want to do a song about settling down. You can decide whether it's a good thing or not. How about you and me? I need a little security. I've flown proud, I've flown high. I've been in touch with the sky. I've been in touch with the sky. Tough. I've been wild, I lead my adult life as a child. I've been blessed, I'm obsessed with seeing myself in that nest, seeing myself in that little nest. I look behind, no one's following me. I know what it's like to be free. Now I'm free to a good home, and I'll be here, I'll be right here when you get home. No more hours a day, no more days a week of always being alone. I'm prepared to say, honey, if you stay, I'll always be at home with you. The accordion on this one. I'll be yours, you'll be mine. I'll wear your ring as a warning sign. I'm content to be intent, living this side of the fence, living this side of the fence. What you want, I'll become. We don't need two if it's two in one. I'm impressed that happiness is having a single address, having a single address. I look behind, no one's following me. I know what it's like to be free, and I know I don't want to be. 'Cause now I'm free to a good home, and I'll be here, I'll be right here when you get home. No more days of hours, weeks of 7 days of always being alone. I'm prepared to say, honey, if you stay, I'll always be at home with you.
Gillian, you are just a lesbian sex goddess, aren't you? You sing, you're witty, you're gorgeous. This is fantastic. Actually, it's funny you should mention the hair, because I was actually just really, really embarrassed about it, because I went to a new hairdresser and I look like a murderer. But now, actually, this is the trashy show. So we have like a truly trashy person. We have someone who actually calls herself the Queen of Trash. And here she is, Miss Shitty. Hello, Miss Shitty.
Darling, it's an absolute pleasure.
Fantastic. So you are who is Miss Shitty? Who are you?
Basically, I'm a party girl. Where there's booze and men, darling, I'll be there.
All right, so you're at...
After dark, mostly.
Okay, so you tend to pop up in like the scene and stuff like that?
Yeah, any bar.
And I've heard some very interesting rumors about something about peeing in a nightclub.
Oh, freakazoid recovery.
So
fabulous, totally liberating.
Absolutely. And you were totally relieved, weren't you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But it wasn't about trying to get to the party on time. It was just trying to relieve the boredom of watching all these straight boys prance around with their muscly bodies and their tight little singlets and their little bibbo hang-ons.
Fantastic. Now look, you're pretty different than normal drag. How does the rest of the drag community relate to you?
I honestly think they hate me.
Really?
They do. But
Have you had any death threats yet?
No death threats, not being a drag queen, no.
All right. So how do you know that people are not sort of digging you or not liking you?
Oh, look, I think I'm taking the number one joke on myself, really, don't you think?
Yeah.
And anything after that really just doesn't really matter.
Okay, why the name is Shitty?
Oh, it's a personal story.
All right.
Do you really want to know?
Yeah, go on. And keep it clean.
Well, I've got a little medical condition, you see. And it's also like my friends that sort of seem to hang around me, they have this attraction. And I find that, if I sort of soil my pants often, they'll find me more attractive.
So you like
I've got lots of friends that just love poo-poo, you see.
They do love poo-poo. Now, you've got a special friend, don't you? Someone who you've actually had still sticking around you since you were 17.
Since I was 17,
Tell me that story.
Oh, he's my slave. It's not a sex slave, don't get me wrong, it's not a sex slave. I mean, who the hell sleeps with a domestic staff? This man does my dishes, drives me around, picks up little bits of paper off the floor, does all my errands, and basically is just my run-around, kick-around piece of shit.
Now, how did you get in contact with this guy?
I was living with this boy, and after I was tormenting him, I got kicked out.
Oh, all right.
And then I moved to this other flat, and as a payback, my ex-housemate gave this freak my phone number because he'd been ringing up.
This freak my phone number. Oh, it's a lovely relationship you have there.
He'd been ringing me up, calling me, saying, "Oh, I'm Dr. Madi, do you want to lick my feet?" and all this sort of stuff. And then finally, I got this call, in my new house, and he goes, "Oh, I pay you $50 to lick my feet." And I said, "Oh, yeah, okay, fine." It was a Saturday night, so you can understand I needed the cash. So he came around, and I peeped through this little peephole, and I saw this big, bald, peanut-head man. And and then he licked my feet, did the whole trick for half an hour, and then he got down on his hands and knees and started bowing and begging, "Please, will you be my master?" And I said, "Yeah, okay, drive me to Baldwin."
Fantastic, you're a freak. So, I suppose a lot of people would think that you're probably actually quite mad.
Yeah, I'd probably be a card-carrying member of the insanity community.
Because you actually signed yourself in when you were 15.
15, yes, absolutely.
So you just signed yourself into like a mental institution. And how free were you to leave then after you'd done that?
Well, at first I was sort of free to come and go, but then as my antics kept on going and going, they put me on a thing called level 4, which means I wasn't allowed to leave the building without a staff member, but eventually I managed to free myself in that place. I was just using it to get away from my parents, really.
Fantastic. Now, free yourself, because I know that you're going to do something very special this evening.
This whole bra thing...
to cut her bra.
This whole bra thing is boring me, and I just, I'm a boy, I'm a cock and a frock, and I don't see why...
Fantastic, there we go.
Don't see why.
Now we got some music coming up,
I just don't see why I got to wear this crap anymore. It's just... Actually, I'm going to donate these to the Laird auction, okay? So if you boys at the Laird want to call Ben TV, I'm sure that Remy will be able to,
Well,
for you.
we've got to go, Michelle, because we have 3 young men, and they are the minor disappointments.
Thought that I'd always be true to my love until the day that I met you, my love. Measure for measure, as we dance le javanaise, we were in love until the end of that song. What can they teach a man in school about love? You treated me just like a fool in love. Measure measure as we dance le javanaise. We were in love until the end of that song. Ah, but life's no longer worth a fight without love. You didn't want the dizzy heights of love. Measure for measure as we dance le javanaise. We were in love until the end of that song.
Fantastic. That was lovely. Now, the javanaise, is this like a kind of a salad dressing?
Yes, it could be, or an adjunct to all kinds of activities, honestly.
Fantastic. Now you guys, tonight you're the minor disappointments. Usually there's like, what, 10 of you or something?
Yeah, it can number up to 12 sometimes, but we'll be 10 of us tomorrow night at the Dan O'Connell in Carlton.
Right, so that's Tuesday night, the Dan O'Connell, and on the 21st of March, actually, you can catch the major disappointments at the Continental.
That's the one with the dumb
Fantastic, thanks so much, and you have to come back sometime, because that was great. That was all French, though. I kind of thought he was going to go into, like, thank goodness for little girls, because it was all pretty scary, I tell you. Now, we're going to go to break right now, but stick around, because we've got heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps of things, so, like, nail your seat to the couch, and you come back just after these messages. Okay, see you soon. Oh, hey, whoa. Welcome back to Hell Bent. So, you stuck around. You thought you could deal with the second half of the show. You're in trouble. Anyway, as I said, this is our Valentine's Day hangover show. And actually, what happened to me yesterday was really stupid. I went up to, like, my secret Valentine, who's actually behind this wall. They've locked him in. And I went up and I said, here's a Valentine's Day card for you. And I gave him a love heart and a card. And he said, I'm a vegetarian. And I went, oh, so I'm supposed to give you artichoke hearts or something? I don't know. It's like, if you love someone, say it with vegetables. Personally, that's what I think. How are we going for time? Are we just about ready? Because the thing is, like, also last night I was walking along, and do you know there's some parks, and like at that time of the night, it can be a bit scary walking in the park. And I saw all these guys along the fence with their Valentines right there. I don't know how long the Valentines are going to last. I think maybe only an hour, 15 minutes or something like that. But it's a little bit scary out there, and I'm actually going to talk to someone about that in a couple of weeks' time, because I don't know about the whole beat thing. But that's a scoop. It's coming up later on. Again, time. I'm winding up, and now we have a very, very special... Well, actually, it's not that special. Actually, he's on every week. It's bloody Gog! Gog, fill my mind. Again. This guy's just scaring me. I tell you, this thing keeps falling down.
A desperate, empty evening, just me and me alone. Long gone from the other end, I sit and hold the phone. The bitter's rolling over, the starlight's falling through. Yesterday is worlds away, and memories of you fill my mind, and my heart loses control. Fill my mind, and hope soothes my sorry soul. Fill my mind, the way you would before. Say goodbye, I won't walk out the door. We're more than separated by more than space and time. And if this hell comes to an end, your grace will seem divine. If I could turn the clock back, if I could swim the sea. If I could stop this wave of grief from crashing over me, fill my mind, and my heart loses control. Fill my mind, and hope soothes my sorry soul. Fill my mind, fill it the way you would before. The next time I won't say goodbye, I won't walk out the door. A true love no high could ever come by. A greater fate no soul would ever need. A base betrayal no mind will ever imagine. No, no. No worse or fool than the fool I proved to be. Oh, fill my mind, fill my mind, fill my mind, the way you would before. The next time I won't say goodbye, I won't walk out the door. Fill my mind, and my heart loses control. Fill my mind, and hope soothes my sorry soul. Fill my mind, the way you would before. The next time I won't say goodbye. I won't. I won't. I won't.
Okay, God, get your ass up here. I've got a bone of contention with you. What's this? Sit down, young lad. Sit down. Now, that was called what?
Yes, sir. Fill my mind.
Now, what are you doing bringing bloody country and western on this show?
David said variety.
Yeah, but I mean, there's variety and there's variety. I mean, did you mean to like write a country and western? Why did you write a country and western?
No, actually, I just wrote the ballad, and when it came time to program all the sequencers and everything, and I went looking for the beat that I had in my head, I was actually kind of dismayed to find out it was a country song. So,
Did that frighten you?
yeah, it did at first, but then I embraced it as just another aspect of the many parts of my soul.
Okay. Now, because you're amazing. You just like, you come on. You're trying to steal the show, aren't you? I'm sure you are. Do you want a show of your own?
Yes, please.
Okay, well, we'll work on either trying to get him a show or getting him out. But now it's time for our resident funny man. It's time for Madi, and he's right here with one of his wonderful jokes.
Well, another Valentine's Day is over, and of course there'll have been a lot of lonely hearts out there this year because people have lost the art of picking up people in pubs, which I think is a really sad thing. We've essentially lost the chance of saying to people, "Hi, do you want to have sex with me?" So, what we've done instead, we've kind of replaced conversation with, non-audio signals, like animals do. We've got back to our animal instincts. We're putting on lipstick, we're shaving our heads, we're dyeing our hair red. And of course, for those who are really out there, we're getting into the hanky code, the whole thing, the left hip pocket, the right hip pocket, the yellow, the red, the brown, the black, which I think is a great thing. It essentially says to whoever's out there, "Hi, I want to fuck, and this is how I want to do it." So what I think we should be doing is kind of extending the hanky code a bit further, getting the whole relationship in there. For example, we could have, from the right hip pocket, we could have the multicolored and stained hanky, which means essentially, yeah, I'll let you buy me drinks all evening, and then we'll get back to your place, and I'll throw up all over your bed. We could have the little white hanky with a brown stain in the middle, which means a week down the track, I'm going to steal your wallet and use it to buy drugs. We could... for the men only, we could have, the white hanky with a little yellow stain in it, which stands for premature ejaculation. The women's code, we could have the white hanky with an eye painted on it, which stands for Can My Boyfriend Watch? You know, for the people who are really out there, we can have the invisible hanky, which means buy me all the drinks you like, but I'm going home with someone else tonight. And for the real hardcore people, you know, have no hanky at all, which means essentially, fuck off, I'm not interested. Which, of course, brings us quite neatly to the subject of computers. Now, well, it does. No, really, it does. Because while we've been dehumanizing ourselves and taking away our own conversation, we've been attempting to put, you know, more human relationship into computer programs. It all started in the late 80s with things like the Chessmaster 2000, which when you started up would say something like, hello, do you want to play a game? And it did. And you had to wonder if the programmers of this particular game had really emotionally prepared the computer for the fact that the answer just might have been no. No, I accidentally clicked on this and I really want word perfect. Of course, if you did that, it'd come out with something like, oh, okay, what about next time? Maybe we could meet up and have coffee or something like this. And it'd start to get jealous, you know, it'd pop up when you weren't expecting. Hi, remember me, I'm your chess program, anytime you want to come by. And, you know, if you left it for 3 months or something and then went to play it again, it wouldn't come up with, you know, do you want to play a game? And say, where have you been? I've been leaving messages on your answering machine. Why didn't you come and play with me? You fire it up 10 years later and people are going, and it's going, you know, well, thanks a lot for ruining my entire life. You ditched me all that time ago, and now I've had to come down and be a Microsoft product. So, essentially, we've dehumanized ourselves and made everything around us more human. And the ultimate expression of this has come recently. There's been this amazing new invention where people have got this virtual actor. Essentially, it's a computer simulation of an actor, which looks like a human being, it acts like a human being, it has all the facial expressions of a human being. So, I mean, that started off with, you know, Brandon Lee and the Crow and everything like that. But now we don't even need to have real people entertaining us. We can have robots, we can have automatons. And this is supposed to be a great breakthrough for the showbiz industry. Personally, I don't think it's that much of a breakthrough. Because, quite frankly, from an Australian point of view, well, we've had Ray Martin for years. But, well, we've got our own automaton back on the show anyway. That's all I've got time for this week. So let's go back into our resident robots.
I really have a cold, but you want to have sex with me anyway?
Anytime.
Oh, that's disgusting. All right, well,
You can have this. I don't have any more.
I've got two of them. I'm in stereo. Now we're going to a wonderful tribute band called Menagerie, and they are very, very civilized.
Take all the reply
Fantastic. Great. Wow, civilized. Fantastic. And you guys you've got a CD coming up, don't you?
It's called Trapeze.
Trippies?
Trapeze.
Oh, I thought it was Trippies.
The man on the flying trapeze.
And you've got some gigs coming up somewhere? You have...
Yes, we do. 3rd of March, Clifton Hill. Yes.
And also on the 5th of March, you at the Port Fairy Folk Festival.
Yes.
Fantastic. And then the 21st of March at Subterrane. Fantastic. Well, where am I? We're going off this week. And be back next week, because I'm going to get my nose pierced and there's going to be heaps of stuff, and we'll see you then. Thanks a lot for watching. Good on you guys. That was fantastic. Great. Everybody come on down.